Whoa, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cutting Up with Unkle Mel. As you can see, I got an empty chair here. Now, this ain't really how this show was supposed to go, but like they say, the show must go on. So let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. How you cut? Bitch, how you? Bitch, how you? Bitch, how you? Let's go, money boy. Bitch, how you? Bitch, how you? Bitch, how you? All right, so listen. We all know that people pretty much have this common thing, and that thing is called pet peeves. If we don't have nothing else in common, which, of course, there's other things that human beings have in common, but if we don't have nothing else in common, we definitely have pet peeves. Now, some people's pet peeve may be a little different than others, but nobody, and I mean nobody, has a bigger pet peeve than being stood up. And that's why I got this empty chair here. So today, what we're going to do on this show, we're going to leave this microphone and this chair set up to represent the person that stood me up today, my guest. Now, I love her. She's actually one of my clients, been cutting her hair for a long time, and I love her to death. But she was supposed to be here doing this with me today. But, you know, the show must go on. But I want to talk about that. You know, pretty much everybody could say they've been stood up, you know, whether it's a guy getting stood up or a woman getting stood up on the date. You know what I'm saying? And it just drives you crazy. And it's not so much that the only fact that they didn't show is that you think about everything you did to get prepared for that day. Maybe you went to bed a little earlier the night before, depending on how early your meeting was with this person. You know, for ladies, maybe it was a dick appointment, you know. Maybe he was supposed to deliver the dick rather than you go pick it up, right? You got your tracking number. I mean, you got your tracking number. And you check online, it says that the dick is out for delivery, but it never makes it. Or maybe you're a guy and the girl called you over and, you know, say, hey, we getting together tomorrow night. You like, yeah, I'm at the barbershop now, getting tightened up, you know, and you on the way to her house and then she call and cancel. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting stood up, a complete waste of time. And I think we've pretty much all been through it. I think the first time that I got stood up is, I want to say back in 2003. I got stood up in 2003 and, man, I didn't even have a car. So I went through a lot to make this appointment. Like, I really went through a lot. And so I'm going, you know, to my pussy appointment. And what happened was I had to borrow somebody's car now. I had to borrow somebody's car to go get the pussy. So I'm on the way like, yeah, boy, going to give me some pussy, going to get me some pussy. So, you know, my partner gave me his car and he was like, man, don't wreck my car. Don't wreck my car. And the whole time I'm just thinking about going to get the pussy. Damn, traffic came to a stop. Somehow my cell phone dropped and I did the one thing you're not supposed to do when you drop your cell phone. You are not supposed to pick that shit up while you're driving. Went smack dab into the back of this truck, and it was one of those older trucks that had like the real iron bumper, the kind that could just fold your shit up like an accordion. And I wrecked that dude cold, bro. Real shit. My boy, I can't remember his last name. We was in the military together. I just remember he was from St. Lucia. And, man, I apologize, bro. And when I picked up the phone, the girl had, did she text me? Because, see, it was what, in 2003, I think you could text. But she might have called. But no, she didn't call. She didn't call. I forgot. I remember I was saying, I was like, this bitch ain't even got the decency to call me. This motherfucker text me saying she had to cancel plans. I just don't wreck this motherfucking call. And see, here's the thing. Dudes will do almost anything for some pussy. We could wreck the car on the way to get the pussy. As long as we got the pussy, we okay. You know, we'll be okay. You know, fuck, wreck the car. I'll get another car. But we don't like missing out on no pussy. Pussy hard to get. You know? So that was actually my first time getting stood up, man. I got stood up going to get some pussy, man. And you know, one thing about getting stood up, you know, I'm a barber. So when somebody stand me up, it make me want to take a little bit more off the top. Take too much off the top. But, you know, you got to go ahead and, kind of dust that shit off, you know what I mean? But, man, I really hate getting stood up. I think I've only been stood up maybe like 3 times in my life. So that was the first time going back in 2003. And today is obviously the most recent. But I got stood up, I want to say like 5 years ago, like maybe 2016-ish, something like that. I try to forget. So I took an hour drive. Me and this girl talked for a couple of days about, seeing each other. I'm excited to see you. Things like that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that timeline. Thinking about saying 5 years, that shit gonna get me in some serious fucking trouble when my ex-wife see this goddamn episode. But she know I ain't no good, so fuck it. The cat is out the bag. I'm sorry. But I'm talking about being stood up. But I was on the way to go get this pussy, man. Throwback, you know what I mean? Chick I used to fuck with. So I'm like, it's good. Matter of fact, I used to call that motherfucker my old faithful. Like, any of my partners be like, man, you going to see Old Faithful? Like, they already knew. Old Faithful, you know what I'm saying? If my boy Ron watching this episode, I'm talking about Econo Lies. You know about that Econo Lies, remember? You remember, nigga. So, this go back, bruh. I get down there. I take my little hour drive. I'm sitting outside the motherfucking house in the car, feeling stupid as a bitch. I'm calling. I'm like, man, like where you at? Where you at? She not answering. Boy, it's a problem, motherfucker. Leave your goddamn voicemail, bro. I mean, I'm just sitting in the car, bro. I'm fucking contemplating, bro. I'm fucking brushing hair that ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Fucking tripping, about to have a motherfucking anxiety attack, and I'm serious. Kind of took the hour drive, done burned gas, done got ready, done cut my hair, put on some smell good. You know what I'm saying? Like, done did all that, and done drove down here to get stood up. And then I think, like, the worst part on the back end after being stood up is that when you find, cause you need some closure, right? So when you get stood up, you need closure. So you definitely want to talk to the person and was like what happened? Like why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you stand me up like that? So they never have a good enough explanation. Cause you'll be like, man, this motherfucker better be dead. So you might talk to somebody, ask them, man, what happened to your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your auntie? What happened? We were supposed to meet up. Oh, well, they said they was on the way to see you. They got in the car wreck and they died. And you'll be like, well, okay. Rest in peace. Send the family my condolences. And then behind your back, you like, shit, that motherfucker better have be dead, standing my ass up. It better be a fucking funeral plan going on, right, motherfucker. That shit better be followed by an obituary and a goddamn program. Talking about, pastor, put me on program. First thing I'm going to say when I get up there, that goddamn motherfucker stood me up. But they was on the way to see me. That's why they did. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. We had a dick appointment. I couldn't deliver the dick. They had their tracking number, but I couldn't deliver it. I couldn't put it on the Amazon Prime truck. They wouldn't let me put it on there. They say it can't go in the Sprinter. So she had to come get it, okay? I apologize. May she rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? I hate getting stood up. And I got stood up today. Went to bed early last night. You know what I'm saying? Came down to the studio. Did my little fresh shave. Figure me and my partner gonna sit here and kick some shit for y'all, let y'all know what's going on. It was gonna be a very interesting topic, too. It was gonna be a very interesting topic, and it's not something I can discuss alone. Okay? So just, we're gonna try to get that done later, but I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, this feeling feel familiar. The feeling of somebody not being where they're supposed to be, not meeting me where we're supposed to be together. I said, this feel kind of, I said, oh, yeah, this hasn't happened in a while. I'm being stood up. So that's why I had to come talk to y'all about it, man. People got things going on, and time is precious, time is valuable. You don't want to be stood up. Could you imagine, like, being a groom or a bride, and you get stood up on your wedding day? You call that motherfucker all morning, the night before, like, hey, we still good for tomorrow, huh? You sure you want to do this shit? Yeah, man, shit, I'm fucking with it. You fucking with it? What that mean? I need to know tomorrow, you going to say I do, or you going to say, Pastor, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fucking with it ain't good enough. So you going to keep in contact with that person, make sure y'all still good for the next day. I'm telling you, being stood up is a problem that's sweeping the nation. And for people like me with high anxiety, being stood up ain't no good, man. That's almost worse than somebody saying, man, let me borrow $20. I'm going to give it back to you next week. And you give it to them. Me personally, with that anxiety, I'm going to be calling their ass every day, checking up on their social media, make sure they're still alive, they ain't dead. Because as long as they living, I got a chance of getting my money back when I'm supposed to get it. So being stood up, it gives me just as much anxiety as that right there. You know, when you're trying to do something important, you're trying to accomplish a goal, accomplish a mission, you don't want to get stood up. That's like, okay, recently my homeboy had a party. He bought the alcohol, but I was supposed to deliver the alcohol. So, you know, it's his party, want everything to go smooth. And I'm like, man, I got to get there on time. Now, I'm bringing the liquor out of state. So I'm smuggling liquor. I don't even know if that was legal to do. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, I was like, I got to be there on time because I don't want him to be nervous that I'm not showing up, especially everybody going to be waiting on the liquor. You know, you got to show up with the liquor at the party. I'm like, I can't stand them up. So that's the thing, man. So that's why I just wanted to get in here and chop it up with y'all about, you know what I'm saying, just being stood up, how you feel about it. Has it ever happened to you? And do me a favor. I want y'all to leave in the comment section, like, when were you stood up? Who stood you up? Did you talk to him again? Did y'all not communicate no more? And if so, if y'all had stopped talking, how long was it before y'all started talking again? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank y'all for checking in with your boy. And shout out to my guest who's not here. And next time you in my chair, I'm definitely going to take a little bit too much off the top, man. You know, but hey, got to dust it off. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in with Unkle Mel. Look, y'all make sure y'all like this video. If you've ever been stood up, you definitely should leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, okay? And one thing I just want to know, y'all, is how long you been cutting? Woo! Get stood up. Goddamn. I'm your nigga, Unkle Mel. Woo! Shout out to the real money boy for this song, man. I'm really fucking with it. Shout out to you.